Hey boys, it's HarmNone. Today we're going to be customizing the Benefactor LM87 in Grand Theft Auto Online. This thing's in the supercars category. It is a one-seater and it is a full-blown race car and it drives like one too. I haven't customized this personally just as a solo video since the day it actually came out, so about 2 years ago, which is pretty crazy to think about. But anyways, we're going to go ahead and get into it and see what kind of a build I can make with this vehicle. So I'm pretty excited about this. I'm excited to drive the LM87. It's a very fun car to drive, particularly on PC, which is what I play on and what I record most of my customization videos on. This thing has a speed glitch on PC exclusively, so it's pretty darn quick. So I'll show you guys that a little bit later in the video. But anyways, starting off with the armor, we're going to go all the way up on that. For the brakes, we're also going to go all the way up on those. And then for the engine, we have engine tunes. We're just going to go all the way up, of course. Next up, let's go ahead and take care of the transmission upgrade. We're going to do that all the way up, as well as the turbo upgrade all the way up as well. For the suspension, we can lower it right now if we want to. This thing would probably benefit from being a little bit lower. I mean, it's already very low to begin with, but we'll go for the street suspension. We might as well. Now we're going to get into the actual customization options for the vehicle. So for the exhaust, to start off with, we have quite a few different options. Now all of them are going to be side exit exhausts, so you can't really change that, which does kind of mildly annoy me, but at the same time it makes a lot of sense because it is a race car. Now as far as the ones that look the best, honestly, like, if I could get two that were just the exact same size, I think that would be best. But I think I'll go for the oval titanium exhausts, just for the time being, because it's as close as I'm going to get, I think. So we'll go for that. Now for the grille, we can put in twin fans here or a water sprayer if we choose to. I think I'm going to go for the water sprayer. I think it's going to look pretty cool. You can actually kind of see it on some grills through the front here, so we'll get to that in a minute. Now for the hood on this thing, we can open it up, as you guys can see on the front there. We got the clean street hood, we got the clean competition hood, the NACA vented arches, kind of a cool option there. We also have the NACA competition vented as well. We have the bridged hood, the street hood, and the competition hood as well. Now all of these ones lower down on here do come with the vents on the fenders, which is kind of cool. As far as what I'm going to go for today, I think that I'm probably going to go for, it's either going to be the clean competition hood or it's going to be the NACA vented arches. I feel like that option is pretty good looking, so let's go for that. It kind of fits with the racing theme, so we'll go with that. Now for the lights, I am going to upgrade them to xenon, and then I am also going to go for the neon kit on this thing to lower the center of gravity even further than this thing's, center of gravity is already lowered. It helps slightly because it's adding weight to the very bottom of the car, so we're going to go for that. Now for the livery, let's actually just quickly go and change the color first so we can actually see these liveries if there's any white ones or anything like that. So we'll go ahead and do that. Starting off, we got the racing numbers. Next up, we got the racing stripe. We got the long bank livery. We got the mine mocked livery, the hard stand, the atomic, the Fukaru. Finally, one with some color. That's kind of cool. We got the zero gas as well, which is a pretty nice livery. We also have redwood cigarettes, debonair, and back to none. Honestly, I feel like something like the mine mocked could be kind of cool. I kind of have a build in mind that I didn't go for in the customization battle we did recently with this thing, that I kind of want to maybe run back a little bit. We'll see what happens. But for the mirrors, I can match them up in carbon fiber with the front splitter, which would be maybe kind of cool to do. I don't know. I also don't mind doing them in the primary color though. I feel like the primary mirrors might be the way to go actually. Now you can also add mud guards to this thing, which I think is quite odd. But I guess we could go for them. I don't know. I don't really know if I like how it looks. I think I'll just leave it. For the license plate, we are going to make it yellow and black, following tradition. Now for the color on this thing, I was planning on maybe going for sort of a yellow or something like that. I feel like a yellow on this car actually could look pretty cool, like a dew yellow. I feel like that's like very era fitting. This is based off of the Mercedes race car from the time period. I think it's a Group C car. I'm not an expert on race cars that are that old, but obviously Mercedes isn't going to have like a yellow. But I am kind of tempted to go for it. I do think that it looks kind of nice. And if we take the pearlescent off, I feel like it's going to look quite good actually. For example, like this, I feel like it's not bad looking, honestly. For that secondary color, it's already black. I think I will keep it as black, probably. We'll just leave it alone. For the sun strip, we can go for the just black sun strip. We can go for the Fukaru. We can go for the Mind Mocked. We will actually go for that just to match up with the rest of the livery on the car. I think it's kind of cool. For the skirts, we can go for some different skirting here, which is kind of odd, but I think that if I'm gonna go for one, I kind of want to go for maybe the deep vent with exit. I feel like that one's kind of cool. It kind of bumps out the car a little bit there. Kind of like it. I'm gonna go for that option. For the splitters, we can make that not carbon fiber. However, we can't change the back, so that is something to keep in mind. I feel like the carbon does look good, but I would like to maybe extend the splitter out a little bit, which kind of works with this one, and it also gives it a little bit more aggression on the side there, which I don't know if I'm 100% on board with that. But I think that the carbon bolt-on stock splitter actually looks pretty cool, so we're gonna go for that option today. Now for the spoiler on this thing, we can go for the primary stock spoiler, which adds a huge Benefactor logo there, which I really like. However, there are a lot of different spoiler options for this thing, so we'll take a quick look at all of them. I don't mind the primary race spoiler either. That's also pretty cool. We also have that in carbon and a bunch of other options here. We do have this spoiler, which is like a little bit more kind of conducive to the car. It doesn't look like it's like kind of an afterthought as much as some of the other spoilers do, which I do kind of appreciate. I don't mind that the primary competition splitter, or spoiler I should say. Those are pretty nice looking. Kind of just depends what's a little bit lower on the car. I feel like the primary alternate spoiler is actually not a bad option for us. I think I'm gonna go for that one because I like how it says Benefactor really big on it. Other than that though, at the same time, this one does have a little bit more branding on the side though. Maybe I'll go for the primary race spoiler. Let's do that instead. I think that's gonna be the better option. Now for the wheels, I honestly love the stock wheels on this thing. I'm really not even wanting to change them, but we will just have a quick look because I feel like maybe there's something we could come up with, but I don't really know what. I'm looking in the sport category here because I feel like they're kind of similar styled wheels, but I don't think it's gonna work. I think I'd rather just keep stock. I'm not gonna lie. I know a lot of people keep stock on this thing, but I think there's a reason for that. I think it looks really good, so we'll do that. We'll leave the windows untinted on this thing because it's a race car. We might as well do that. And let's go ahead and take it outside. We're going to do a sound test on the car as well as a full review on the vehicle and how it performs. So let's quickly just take a listen to the LM87. So it sounds like a race car a lot. It definitely sounds like it's got racing DNA, sort of, you know, like the engine and just like all the, I don't know, it's so raw sounding, I guess is the word that I'm looking for, the best way I can kind of describe it. It just is purely a car. Like there's no sound deadening or anything like that. It kind of sounds like, it sounds pretty good, honestly. It's not too bad. Now the LM87, like I mentioned right at the start of the video, on PC in particular, is an absolute demon. This is by far the fastest supercar in the game on this platform because of the speed glitch that it gets after you get into 6th gear, which is kind of how the speed glitch works with this thing. And then the car kind of vibrates like crazy and just kind of takes off. Now, if you're playing on console and you're looking into getting an LM87, the car is going to perform the exact same up to 6th gear. It's going to be, you know, pretty much identical, which is to say it's very good. It is a very good car. It has a ton of downforce. You can go around corners like this, you know, without any sort of an issue. Like, you know, this thing is pretty incredible and pretty impressive as to what it can actually do. It can go around these corners and make them look like nothing and be going very fast. So the handling on this thing is excellent. It is absolutely incredible, in fact, I would say. And with the downforce that you get at these higher speeds, you're not going to have any sort of an issue with the LM87 going around these corners. Like, it's crazy how fast this thing is. Now, at low speeds, the car's a bit of a different story because it's not getting the downforce from the air pushing down on the car. So it is going to have a little bit of wheel spin. It is going to have the tail end want to maybe kick out on you occasionally, but for the most part, it's going to be pretty conducive. It's going to be you know, handling very well for the most part. So do keep that in mind. Now the acceleration is okay. Off the line, it's going to be a little bit terrible because it's rear wheel drive only, but once you get up to maybe 20 miles per hour and the wheels hook up, you're going to be just fine, and you're going to catapult all the way up to 6th gear. It's quite fast as far as acceleration goes. The top speed is about 128 on this thing, I want to say. It's between 128 and 130, I would say, somewhere in that sort of neighborhood, unless of course you're on PC and you get the LM87 speed glitch. Then it's going to be, well, much faster. It probably tops out about 170, 180, maybe even 190. It's crazy fast on PC. So if you play on PC, I'd say 100% pick up this car. If you play on console, I'd also say 100% pick up this car. It's just not going to perform as well as it does on the PC version. Now this thing's also on sale today and tomorrow, so if you haven't got one yet, it is on sale for 40% off, which is a huge discount on the LM87 because it goes for $2,915,000 regularly. So 40% off is a significant discount on this car in particular. I would 100% recommend getting this thing though, guys. It's an awesome vehicle. It's not really going to disappoint you. You can't get shot from the back in it too, which is pretty cool. And it's just lightning fast, and it's very, very fun to drive. This thing is absolutely awesome to drive, in fact, I would say. So that's pretty much all I have to say about the LM87, guys. In Grand Theft Auto Online, this thing is definitely 100% worth picking up, in my opinion at least. If you don't have one already somehow, you've kind of been missing out, but this 40% discount is going to be huge for you guys if you want to get an LM87, which is definitely something that I would recommend doing, as I've said a few times now. Anyway, guys, if you enjoyed the video, if you learned something, a like is of course appreciated. If not, dislike. Subscribe to my channel if you guys are new, and I will see you all in the next video. Until then, take care. Peace.